What is up, my mother fishy people? JP here with JP is Sick of Crazy, and we are right now sitting in front of the Mbuna tank, 55 gallon. It is update, fish room update and fish room talk time and fish tank, whatever you want to call it. It's just update time, guys. I got a lot of things going on, and you know, I just did about 2 hours ago a 60-gallon water change on this. I do water changes on my tanks about 3 times a week, and then about every 2 weeks I do about a 60 to 70% water change on this, pull out all the rocks and gravel back the sand real good and kind of just set the rocks back up the way they were, because in about 2 weeks with these guys, they dig all the rocks down to the glass where they're pretty much sitting on the bottom glass piece, which is fine. It just doesn't look good. It just starts looking flat with little pieces of rock sitting out. You know, so I did that. Fish tank's looking real good. I pulled my Damasonite pair that I had in there in the fish room out and just put them back in here because the male is just beating up on the female because it was only him and one female. If it was him and like 2 or 3 other females, it'd be a lot better, because then they would have a, you know, he would, you know, not pick on the same one all the time. So they're in here. The good thing that I have going on in here is every species of Mbuna that I have in here, I have a male and female too, which, so they'll spawn, they'll spawn in this tank perfectly fine. I do a lot of water changes in it too. My Aratus was holding fry. I stripped her about 20 to 30 eggs. I made an egg tumbler within like 5 minutes and put the eggs in it, and they're in there tumbling now in the fish room. So you'll see that in just a minute. And I stripped her. She was holding for about 2 or 3 days. And then nothing much really going on in here. Added a few more of those plants in here. It's looking real good. This tank is just looking awesome, if you ask me. You know, and I'm really happy with this tank. I got some other things going on with the 125 and a few other things. And anything else to really update on this? No, but I'm getting a new algae hit me up and is sending me a sample, like a 12-week sample that I'm going to try in this tank. So, and we're going to have that going on. So let's move forward to the other tanks. We're going to go to the 125. I got a few things that I'll give away if someone wants to pay shipping on it. So be looking for that in this video coming up, or this update on 125, and let's move to it. Bam! We are on the 125 now on the update, and what we got going on in here. Of course, you've seen the new rockscape that I got going on. Added a little bit of green to it. I'm going to add a little bit more, but I want a certain type of fake plant in here for the look, of course. And I got my red top Chalumba back here. I got my Eureka, my fabulous male Eureka red right here that's hiding in the rocks. I got my sunshine right there that's getting bigger by the day and yellower. And then I got my dragon blood somewhere in here. Let me see if I can see him down in here, because he hasn't shown himself that much lately. And he's down in there somewhere. So, you know, and I got a lot going on with this tank. I made an order from Quinn's Fins, and I got that coming in tomorrow for some peacocks and haps, and not a bunch, but I got that coming in tomorrow. So obviously this is staying a peacock and hap tank, and I'm gonna do it up and do it up big. And that's for you. Well, it's really for me, but it's really for you, my homie Big Muniz. So I'm gonna see if I could catch up to you with your excellent 220 peacock and hap tank. That thing is just beautiful, spectacular, amazing. So, you know, I'm going to do an unboxing video tomorrow when I get the order from Quinn's Fins, let you know how it looks, let you know, kind of do a review on it. I'm sure it's going to be good. I watched some unboxing videos from Quinn's Fins, and they all turned out good from what I had seen. And I'm sure if people had bad reviews, they would definitely show it on YouTube because they would be mad. I got my girlfriend recording me right now. She has never done this for me. I finally talked her into doing it. She thinks I'm weird and a nerd for doing this YouTube thing. And not the fish thing. She likes the fish and is into that. But she thinks I'm weird and a nerd for doing the YouTube thing. But she doesn't understand all my YouTube people who do it. You know, so that's what's going on with this tank. One last thing I want to show you is these up here. You see these lights up here? I have some True Lumen 34-inch lights, 39 watts, purple and reds. I have 3 of those that are brand new, and then I have this Color Max 36-inch light, T5 freshwater. These are all freshwater lights. They're all T5 lamps, and this right here is the purple reds, and this right here is the Color Max standard, color enhancing Color Max T5 freshwater 36-inch lights right here, and these are all free. If someone can use these and wants to pay shipping, a stay wet interruption. Real quick, guys, I asked a question in my last Fish Room Fish Update video, what was your favorite American species? And I only got a few people who commented and answered. You know, guys, I really want to get some discussion going, so come on, guys, answer the question, just comment it below. Here's the question. Since I'm going on a field trip, I thought of this to Imperial Tropicals. If you were able to go into any cichlid farm in the USA and go buy fish from, a free trip, and go see the fish and buy them, where would it be? Comment below, guys. Stay wet. They're brand new. I have no use for them. If someone wants to pay shipping on these and have me ship them, which it should only cost like 10 bucks, feel free. And I will send them right out to you. You pay for shipping, I will send them right out to you for free. I have no use for them. The guy, when I bought this 125 right here, this guy just gave me these lights for free, and I have no use for them. And so if you want them, hit me up. The first person to hit me up and is ready to pay for shipping then can have them, and I'll ship them out. These lights are like $20 each. So, you know, for 10, 15 bucks on shipping, you know, it's worth it if you could really use these lights. Again, I appreciate everybody for watching. Be sure to check up on my YouTube tomorrow, you know, later in the day, probably around 5. I'll have that full unboxing video up from Quinn's and showing the fish and the quality of them. And let's move forward to the fish room, people. Remember, always stay wet. Alright. Fish room update time. Nothing really going on here. This tank is empty except for the striped Raphael catfish that's in there. I want to get some growth on him before I put him in a tank, because he's just getting beat up in the Mbuna tank. He's going to come out of here because this is empty. I pulled the Damasceni pair that I had in here out, the red zebra pair that I had in here out, put them in the Mbuna tank, because ultimately in that Mbuna tank I have pairs of every species fish in there. They will breed in there just as well as they will in here, and with only one male, one female, the female gets pretty beat up. That's all the male cares about when there's one male, one female, and they're just alone. All he cares about is really beating her up. So I took him out. What's going to happen with this is I have a group, cichlid group, a cichlid keepers group in my local area. I'm very blessed to have that in my local area that I attend, and we're doing a field trip down to Imperial Tropicals because it's only about 2 hours away, and most people from us and most people know, or some of you are watching know who Imperial Tropicals is. So we're doing a field trip down there, and I'm gonna go down there, and I am going to buy some pairs. That guy has a lot of pairs. He has some stuff off his website that he has for sale, and I'm gonna buy a few pairs to put in this tank. So that's what's going to go on in there. Nothing going on down in this tank, and we'll just move over to this 10-gallon Burchardii pair tank. I pulled some of the plants out that were in here and put them in my 55 Mbuna tank because it looks really dope. Nothing truly going on in this tank. Pairs are getting bigger. Male is always looking sexy as usual. Look at him. And tank, I love this little 10-gallon tank, but I'm ready to get them out of here and get them set up in something bigger and get a nice little colony of Burchardii going on. Down here is the tumbling Auratus eggs that I showed you about. Now look at that egg tumbler. I had a few sponge filters, and I had to make an egg tumbler, and some of them aren't doing good. I pulled them, I actually started thinking about it, and I probably pulled those eggs from the mom 2 days after she had them. I've never tumbled eggs before. In the past, I've always just bred American cichlids and a few, you know, African cichlids, but I always let the female just hold the eggs. I put her in a holding tank, but I wanted to try and do an egg tumbler. So this is what I have going on in there. And some of the eggs don't look good. I don't know if I pulled them too soon or if this is a bad way because I have the sponge connected to it as a tumbler. I don't know. If anybody has any ideas or comments on that, let me know. But I thought it's pretty dope. If half of them live, I'm happy and know that it works. But most of them are doing good. Some of them are clear and not looking good. So there's probably about 30 eggs in there right now. Doesn't look like it, but I sat down and counted a few times. There's 20 to 30 of them in between right there. And look at that. That's a tumbler with a sponge filter on it still. So it's not only filtration, the eggs are getting filtration as well, and they're tumbling. I stripped that Damasceni female that I had holding, and got one baby from her. All she had is one baby. As you can see it right there. Bam, you see that one baby right there on top of the sponge right in the middle of this video. He's doing good. He's growing like crazy because he was tiny when I pulled him. I pulled him about 20 days into it and got her to spit him out and threw him in this tank because this is what he is acclimated to. So he's in there. He's doing good. He's growing like a weed. Let's move over to this last tank. my dear Convict Cichlid pair with all of their fry. Look at that tank. Still divided. She has, let's see if I get her. She's probably off over there, which you're not going to be able to see her, of course. But she is getting some rapid fin growth. She is looking much better. I wish she would come out so you could see. Check out these babies. You probably can't tell on camera, but I mean, some of these already have stripes going. You can see their colors already. You know, they're just looking great, man. You know, they're growing like crazy. And they're starting to tear up bloodworms, man. You should see them. They run around. Looks like a dog with a bone. They run around with these bloodworms. I know there's water spots. I got to Windex it. I just did all water changes, so, and didn't Windex my tanks. I know I should do that like every time right after I get water spots. I'll do it right after this video. Babies are getting big quick. They're eating bloodworms like crazy. I knew once they really started eating those that it would be on. They're getting some quick growth. Let's come on. I know, guy, you usually always come out and show yourself. You are a camera ham. Look at him. Here he comes. Look at this stud muffin. Come on, man. You know you want to come out to this camera. He might not want to. So here we are with the update. You know, everything's going good. Guys, I got that order from Quinn's Fins coming in for that 125. And it's going to be amazing peacock and half tank when I'm completely done with it. And we're going to move forward. And I appreciate everybody for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, man. I appreciate all the subscribers, man. Everybody that subs to my channel, you know, and I really appreciate you. Everybody who you know, comments and discusses things with me. I really appreciate it, guys. And everybody, don't forget to stay wet.